Hey, magicals. Welcome to the 1111 portal. Exciting day for us all. It is a day of miracles and of dreaming big and making the impossible possible. Before we start, it is also the day of remembrance. We got our little poppy here. I do want to just take a moment. I'm not a political person at all, and I don't deal with that on my channel. But what I do want to do is, as a collective, if we can take a quick second just to put out a little prayer to whomever it is that you deal with, whoever it is that you work with within your faith, to just say a quick little prayer that on this day of remembrance of all the souls that were lost, that we stop repeating history, that we stop creating unnecessary wars and unnecessary loss of lives over greed and ego. We ask that maybe we move forward with clearer vision, that the divine masculine energy that is coursing through the matriarchal system tempers itself a little, and that the divine feminine is able to rise with compassion and empathy. What is happening in our world at the moment is an absolute atrocity. I don't care what side you're on. It's not about sides. It's about costs to souls. And today, as a collective, we have the ability to say a prayer and ask that on some level there is understanding and compassion and a lack of war. There is just too much at the moment. So I don't know why Kelso has asked me to start with that, but maybe because of the power of the day, maybe because as a collective energy, we are the enlightened ones, and we understand that waging wars really creates no results. It only creates trauma and devastation. So just for 1 second, please just say a quick prayer to whomever it is, or put it out to the universe, or however it is that you do, that not only do we remember those who have gone before, but that we pray that not many more have to go forward. Okay, right. So here's the thing. 1111 is a very powerful portal for us, guys. 11 is the number of self. It's the master number of self. And so this reading is going to be a little bit different today in the sense of the layout and what we're going to be working with. I'm going to be working with a deck of cards I've had for a while, but that I've never used in an actual, I don't think I've ever used it in a collective reading. So we're going to start because we have the opportunity to create into reality our miracles and our dreams, and we have the ability to now ask for the big stuff and make sure that we're taking action to align with it. Okay, so we're going to start off with just some general information, general messages from the unicorns. I've never used this deck. I use this a lot for myself, but I've never actually used it in one of these readings. So this is going to be fun. What I do want to just quickly say is, I have saged and I have cleared the decks and shuffled and all that beforehand. What I do want to say is I am doing a little pop-up reading for this. It's going to be a short little one like this, just so that we get clear on what we are needing to let go of, what we need to be honest about, where we need to take responsibility, where we need to take action, where we need to surrender, that kind of energy, okay? So incredible. Oh my gosh. Again, master number, right? Remember what I said to you and how we've got to take accountability. So I have 3 cards out. The first one is perspective, right? It says here, examine your situation from a higher perspective. So it's quite a cool card in the sense that, and oh my God, they're actually fighting. How funny is that? Kelso, you biscuit. So they're fighting. They're actually fighting. But the higher self is aware that there should be peace. Okay. Now, I'm not making this about war and politics and stuff like that. What the perspective card is asking for, although I must say that's quite a strange analogy. I'm not going to lie that popped up. That's confirmation for us that our prayers have been heard, I think. Okay, so what I want to say about this is take a long, hard look today. Spend some time, really. I say this to you all the time, but this is the day, guys. This portal is vitally important for us because, yes, it's about manifesting the miracles and all of that, but we need to know where we are falling short in our actions and our thought processing, keeping our mind clean. When we do a perspective check, we are becoming a distant observer. You see, they're above them. They're at a distance from them. You only gain clarity when you take a step back from situations, right? So this energy is calling for you to do that now. Take a step back, gain some perspective, okay? Then they're saying here, invisibility, okay? What did I say to you about mastery of self, which means stepping into your power? Take off your cloak of invisibility and let your light be seen. The next card out was service. Service with an open heart is key to satisfaction. So we have all come to this planet to be of service in some which way, shape, or form. Now, not everybody, I've said this to you guys a million times. I might actually put out a creativity reading. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I think I actually just need to get off my rump and do it. We all serve in different ways, guys. So what I'm going to say to you is, this is about you looking at where you are not showing up. When we hide in our invisibility cloak, we are not stepping into our true power. We are not shining our light. We are staying to our programs and our comfort zones. So this is a big time for us to move out of this energy now. Again, also, it's a time for imagination and creativity. We've got Pluto moving into Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of that. It's about innovation and imagination and creating wonderful things, right? Focus on this this particular portal. Where am I to be of service? How am I needing to be of service? What does service look like to me, right? Service is going to look very different to all of us. It has to look different to all of us. We're all different people and we've all got different contracts, right? So it's about now really truly stepping into your power. What is holding you back? When you're doing your perspective check, what is holding you back? Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask here is, what limiting beliefs do we need to release around this? It's an important question because I think it's very much about us now stepping into this powerful space. Bearing in mind that more than anything, right? More than anything, we are, if you'd watched the year ahead reading, you would have seen that we dealt with the setup year. So this year and next year are setup years for 2026, right? The Queen of, Scrolls is mental energy and the Five of Stones. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Swords. So basically we've got the Watcher. That's the Queen of Mirrors, which is the Queen of Cups, right? We've got the Eight of Scrolls, which comes down to the Eight of Swords. And we've got the Five of Stones, which is the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so what limiting beliefs are we holding on to here? Very much that you are not enough. That you are not enough. That shining your light is not going to be enough for this world. That what you have to offer is not going to be relevant. That there are so many different people doing the same thing that you're doing, right? That why would it be me? The Queen of Cups is a very loved figure. She's compassionate, she's empathetic, but she also self-loves really, really hard. So this tells me in that questioning, there is mental anguish about being a fear of being rejected, okay, abandonment. The fact that you could be mentally abandoning yourself with your thought patterning. This is very much an energy around your beliefs around why me. So imposter syndrome. Will it be enough? Will my light shine bright enough? And it's funny because we've got a full moon and an owl in the card here, right? We've got a full moon coming up on the 17th, I want to say. Between the 15th and the 17th, a reading will go out in the next day or two around that. And what I want to say to you is this is about now using your intuition. Again, guys, you have to take a hard, long look at what's going on in your space. The perspective card really does ask us to be honest responsible and take accountability for where we're at and what we're doing and what we're not doing. But also being kind and compassionate to ourselves, because a lot of us are still working from programming that needs to come to an end. So those limiting beliefs do come from our programmings. They do. And that's not an excuse. It is the truth. But we're needing to look at that and go, okay, what do I need to get rid of at this point in time? And a lot of this is coming down to self-worth now. A lot of it. Self-abandonment, fear of abandonment and rejection. So for those of you who know that you have issues with abandonment, look at your core woundings of abandonment. Are they maternal? Are they paternal? What are they? And what do we need to look at in terms of letting go of them? Okay. Right. So the next question, before I could even ask it, the cards came out. And the next question is, what habits do we need to release? You've got the 9 of scrolls, the 9 of swords. So now we've got the 8, right? Self-imposed mental limitations. We've got the 9 of the swords now, which is anxiety. And look how forlorn she is. The angel's hanging over the plinth. And she's like, this is all too much. Overwhelmed, right? We've got the 5 of spirals, the 5 of wands. Okay? And then we've got the king of stones. So this is about worth as well. It can be about monetary stuff. With the king of stones, we can look at financial stuff, because pentacles are obviously a physical element. But maybe this is about following a dream and you're like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to support myself. I'm not going to be able to sustain myself. Financially, I'm not going to be able to do this. The 5 of wands, right, is also a card. If you look at the 5 of wands traditionally, the 5 wands being battled out. They're 5 people with wands and they're battling it out. But the reality is it's a practice round. They are only using wands. They're not using swords. They're not actually battling, right? They're practicing. So maybe what you are worried about is that you are not accomplished enough to be successful. You don't have the skill set to be successful. You don't have... Maybe you feel like you just, and I'm, this is not a judgment, right? I totally identify with this because I've been going through this as well. Fire energy is very much about drive and motivation to do things. Maybe you're just feeling completely overwhelmed by this whole year and that you can't actually do it. But here's the thing, and I'm going to say this to you, and I've got to say it to myself as well, that every little step is a step forward. We have a problem, right, when we stand still. Every little step that we take to move forward is very much going to be about us moving in the direction we meant to go in. Okay, so what I want to say to you with this is very much about us now starting to really see, and again, this is all linked to self-worth as well, not seeing the value in your skill sets, what you bring to the table. Again, value. The queen of cups loves herself, and you can only love yourself when you know your worth. The king of pentacles is totally like completely zen with himself, completely knows that he's got everything he needs. There is no stress in this. I do want to say that a big energy that's been around lately is the energy of creativity and actually being creative in order to manifest what we are wanting, right? So for me, the minstrel also talks about financial stuff and the limiting beliefs that we have around not being able to suffice, not being able to be sufficient enough to stabilize ourselves and to create financial wealth. I need to say something, and everyone's going to go, oh, but yes, South Africa's financial situation is up shit creek without a paddle. In fact, it's up shit creek without even a canoe. Let's be honest. We're so far gone, we don't actually even have the fucking canoe anymore. But here's the thing. There is still a lot of money in this country. So for those of you who are South African and who are playing into the mindset that there is no money for my clientele, they're not going to, that mindset, this mindset and this concern, right? Mental trappings, all right, can't do it, going to be rejected, there's not enough. Okay, that, my friends, is going to get you nowhere. So my suggestion is have a look around your beliefs at value, particularly self and financial. And what does stability look like to you? What does your stability look like to you? What is your ideal? Today is the day to actually really envision what our life is like. What do we see our life as? And for the longest time, my spiritual work has been my absolute favorite thing and all of that. And recently I've been breaking out into the creative stuff, and it's taking a little bit longer than I had hoped for, but it's because of my belief system around it. It's because I am still functioning from a different programming around the creative stuff. And this weekend I spent a lot of time meditating and doing creative work, right? And also just resting, to be honest, putting up my Christmas tree, putting up my Christmas decorations, because that shit makes me happy. It makes me truly happy. So get into that space of, for a little while, when you're doing this reflection, do things that make you happy. Think about the things that make you happy. Why can't creative endeavors bring you financial freedom? Why can't following your heart bring you financial freedom? The only thing, and it's quite clear here, the only thing that's going to prevent you from that financial freedom, right, is your own mental spaces, your core beliefs, your core decision. Bearing in mind that our programming, let me just explain this, our core woundings, especially around abandonment, okay, let's put the abandonment card there, the Five of Stones, Five of Pentacles, right, is that our core wounding really does create a lot of problem for us. We don't work on it because it looks at not only abandonment from other people, which creates fear for even taking a chance, right? So we're going to be too scared to even take a chance. Why would I take a chance if they're not going to like my work? What happens if the class doesn't sell? What happens if I put out a new product and it's not popular, right? People, we all have that. I've put out classes that haven't sold a single seat, but I keep going. Right? There are going to be some projects that I put out that people are going to love, and there are going to be other projects that are hard projects for me and not so many people are going to love. And you know what? That's actually okay. Life is about balance. Life is about balance. And we need to learn to have radical acceptance around it instead of expecting high highs all the time and monitoring our success from the highest of achievements, instead of seeing success as stability, a continuousness of energy. That kind of energy is far more of a success, will create more of a successful life, because when you are calm and stable and you're not peaking and dropping and peaking and dropping like one of those heart rate monitors, you're going to be consistent, and consistency will get you to where you want to be. Our core programmings, our core woundings create abandonment issues, self-abandonment issues, procrastination. It's where our decision-making processes happen. It's where our beliefs come from. It's where our behaviors come from. So I would say that, honestly, look at what's going on in your space and why you need. We've also got here, just a heads up, we've got 2 5s here, 55, numbers of change, people. Big number of, oh, wrong card, where? Sorry. Big number of change with that. Okay, so that's what we're kind of having to look at there. So now just a quick one. What is the outcome for us? What is the outcome? Okay, just hold on. That's too many cards. Too many cards. What is the outcome for us on this 1111 portal if we work our belief systems and we put in the work? Bearing in mind, guys, remember that when we manifest, when we're manifesting, right, I've been told there's one more card. Just give me a second. We have to still put the effort in. We've got to do what we can do from our side. The Ace of Spirals. There we go. That's the card. Ravens, working with magic, right? Ravens are the birds of magic, the bottom of the deck. The ravens, the magician. Being able to create our own reality, guys. Understanding, if you look at the traditional tarot, the magician stands there with all 4 elements. He's got the cup, he's got the chalice, he's got the pentacles, he's got the wands, and he's got the sword. All of it there for his disposal. Understanding that we have everything within us to make things work, right? So what now then comes if we actually put in this work on this day? The 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment, people. The Phoenix, I love this card. It's beautiful. This is the Judgment card. This is hearing the call and taking action, right? Traditionally, it's a second chance at life. It's a second chance card, basically, because in the traditional tarot, the bodies are rising out of they're coming back to life, okay? So, I'm going to say that this may call for, this is a card for me. Take this as a light-hearted joke. I don't actually do necromancy, just for the record. And for those of you who don't know what necromancy is, it's a magic of bringing the dead back to the living space, right? But I kind of feel like with the Phoenix Rising, it's about performing some necromancy on your self-worth, people. Get it together. Realize who you are. The Dreamer. What a beautiful, beautiful card, right? The Dreamer. The Knight of Mirrors. Knight of Cups. Offers coming in for you. It could be a love offer. If you're after love this time, it could be a love offer. It could be romantic. Not many romantic cards here. I feel like this is about you starting to receive the stuff that you are wanting that is going to fulfill you on a soul level. The cups are always about emotional fulfillment. And if you can see the tiger in this, what's happening? He's taking a leap of faith and he's going for what he wants. He doesn't want to stay where he is. He's going for where he wants to be. And the last card out, the Ace of Spirals, guys. The Ace of Wands. A magnetic, energetic, creative new beginning. It's also a gift from the universe. Traditionally, there's a hand holding out a single pentacle, right? Or a single wand that comes out. There is always something. The aces for me are always about gifts. It's almost kind of like a reward system in a way. So you put in the work and you are rewarded with this beautiful new life. I mean, these cards are just beautiful. I really need to use these more. Gosh. Okay, so really quite an easy read and quite simplified, really. And I think a lot of us actually face all of this. And I speak from experience because I'm the same. So you guys are not alone in this. I still have this as well. And just to create a completely different vibe here, we're going to just quickly choose some messages from the Avalon. The messages from Avalon. God, what do we need to know today? Can you give us messages, please, to end off this reading? Okay. Okay. So first off, gently place your feet on the path you were meant to travel. What did I say to you about taking off the cloak of invisibility and stepping into your power and into your place of service? Gonna look different to everybody, guys. Not the same, but this time now. Again, I said to you, take the first step. Any step forward is better than no step. Right? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It just means that you've got to take another step. And your success may be 10 steps down the line, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. Right? So please just bear that in mind. The next one is let your love overflow. At the end of your life, you will be asked, how deeply did you love? Now, that's not just about romantic love. Let's be clear on that. Oh my gosh, I have to show the bottom of the deck. I said to you here, Nine of Pentacles is wish fulfillment. This year, the Knight of Cups, the Dreamer, is about emotional fulfillment with things coming into your space, right? So follow, if you're going to look at the tiger is going to be following his heart. He's going to see what he wants to see and do what he wants to do. Follow where your heart leads you, guys. That does not mean T's and C's here, right? Because I don't want to hear this in 3 months' time. I watched that reading and you said that I must follow my heart. So I quit my job the next day and I went and did. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is take proactive steps to get to where you need to be. Okay. Not a word of a lie. What did I say to you about being stable and solid? Because it will bring you consistency, and consistency will bring reward. Spend time reclaiming your balance. There you will find peace. Bottom of the deck. And that is the Morrigan, the goddess, the Morrigan. She's very powerful goddess, and she's the one who works a lot with magic, right? Whenever you're wanting to work with magic, remember I said the magician and the ravens. Okay, Morrigan can often be seen with ravens, actually. Guys, I really hope that this helps. I hope you have a very, very blessed 11/11. I hope that you really spend some time. I am totally taking some time this afternoon to really evaluate where I'm wanting to go and where I'm needing to be. I'm really excited for it. What I will do is in the description box below is going to be a link to just a link. There's a pop-up. There's going to be a pop-up reading for this, right? A quick little one like this. And also I'm going to put in a link to a transmission from Steve Nobel that will raise your vibration around this 11/11 portal. Okay. So I'm sending you so much love as always. Have a beautiful, beautiful week and have a magically wish-fulfilled, dream-inspiring day today, guys. Really make the most of this energy. I know some of you are very tired, but just make the effort on this day. Just do what you can to move yourself forward. It's a biggie, guys. It's a really biggie, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius in a few weeks. And I do want to say that it gives you the heads up on if you're starting to do the creative stuff and starting to put that into action, what's inevitably going to happen is that you're going to ride the wave of that kind of creativity and creation into the energy of Aquarius. Okay. Sending you all lots of love, and I will be back soon. Big loves, guys.